I always get asked to share my steak recipes, and whilst this is less of a recipe and more of my method, it is absolutely delicious. So let me show you how I make my steak and my veg. It's a no-brainer that you got to use good quality meat for a good quality steak. I use 30-day aged grass-fed sirloin steak. And I start by patting it dry so that the salt and pepper seasoning sticks to the steak. This is without any fat whatsoever. Allow that to sit for a few minutes whilst you prep the pan. What I mean by prepping the pan is using a good quality cast iron pan or a skillet and allow it to get piping hot. Use water to see if it rolls away. If it rolls like it's just done on this video, then you know that the pan is piping hot. Add your steaks and allow them to sit for at least 3 minutes on each side. Don't be tempted to flip them over until the 3 minutes are up. What this does is allows it to form a really nice crust. So you see the brown gnarly bits on the steak, that's your crust right there. And then you flipped it over. I use a weight to hold the steak down because, as you can see, the meat does tend to curl upwards. The weight also allows the steak to have direct contact with the cast iron, which gives it a really nice crust on both sides and not just one side. When the steaks have had a total cooking time of 6 minutes, go in with your butter, rosemary and garlic. And then what you want to do is start basting your steaks. Basting is basically just marinating the steaks in the juices that are in the pan. So the fat from the steak itself, but also the fat from the butter. And because we've added rosemary and garlic, it's going to bring a really nice flavour to the steak. And what we're doing is infusing it. So I like to put my rosemary on top as well as the garlic and then baste as we go along. Do that on both sides, probably for another minute or so, just so you've got a nice, crispy crust. And then you want to rest your steaks. This is very important. Resting the steaks for at least 5 to 8 minutes allows the juices to redistribute, and it also packs in the flavour into the steak and not all over your cutting board. I served my steaks with green beans. Mine were frozen, so what I did was I literally just steamed them really quickly before adding them to the pan that I cooked the steaks in. Now, the reason I've done that is because of the juices were all in that pan and the flavour from the steak. And then I seasoned generously with salt and pepper. And when they were really, really warm, I just served them. That's it. So simple, but so delicious. And I use a good quality knife, ideally a steak knife, to cut into your steak before you serve it, and you'll see the beautiful pink blushiness on the inside. I do like mine medium rare. This was more on the medium side than the rare side, but it was delicious nonetheless.